Let's play some music before we start. Welcome back to the Bursa Secret Show. It's been more than a week since our last show. Today, I want to talk about a few topics. It's just a quick catch up on the market with you. On my hand, I think the topic that I want to talk about is few, especially today. It's a very special day. Today is the last day for November. And what happened in the market, especially if you realize in the last few minutes, right, last hour of the market, actually many stocks got sold off, right? Type in yes if you discovered this as well, that many stocks got sold off at the final hour in the market, right? So some of you are worrying, hey, why is the market being sold off? Is there something wrong? And you see those stocks that are being sold off, a lot of it are actually those that have not been performing so well this year. In the context of this year, they have not been performing so well. If you look at those stocks that have been performing very well as well, they didn't get the sold off volume as high. And today, that's why I want to talk about this phenomena, right? This phenomena happened today, and it could happen again somewhere in the next month. So if you want to see whether there's opportunity to buy cheap stocks, then tune in, right? So hi Kichan, hi Hisham, right? How are you? Thank you for tuning in and being so supportive all the time. And today also we are going to talk about glove stocks. Supermax went up like 6-7% today, and only Supermax, right? I have to thank my coaches for tipping each other off on buying Supermax. But I think it's not just Supermax is going to be doing well. I think most of the glove stocks in general, in the next 1 month, should be doing quite okay. And I'm talking about in the next 1 month. And this is purely based on my technical analysis. They are all now oversold, and they have sort of bottomed. In a way, they have sort of bottomed. So it's more likely to rebound than continue going down, right? Unless there is some, very exceptional news. But if you say break new high, it is quite surprising. If I see the glove stocks breaking new high, it will be quite surprising. So today I want to share with you on few news. The first big news is on what happened last week. Okay, what happened last week? Because Malaysia, right, actually has inked a deal with Pfizer. Many people read the one with Pfizer, but actually there is another one, right? There is another one that is not just Pfizer, right? There is another company that our country signed a deal to get the vaccine from, which is called, what's the name? Let me see. Two agreement. Okay, one is from Pfizer, right? One is with COVAX, right? COVAX. Anybody heard of COVAX, right? Let me share the screen so that you can have a look, right? Not that, not that if Malaysia have the vaccine, then the gloves counter will die, because it's not that we are the only one consuming. It still have to depend on the whole world, right? But this is the news by Channels News Asia, saying that 30% of Malaysian is expected to be vaccinated against COVID-19 next year. Okay, so 30%. Will it really stop COVID in the entirety with just 30% of Malaysian getting vaccinated? Answer is no. Okay, it will not stop the entire, it won't 100% prevent the spread of COVID in Malaysia. But I believe it can slow down dramatically, right? Because statistics shows, right, by the US government, they say that you need 70% of the people to go and get vaccinated against COVID-19 to have herd immunity, whereby the COVID cannot spread any longer. right? I'm talking like, you think the line is lag, actually it's not, it's I lag, right? So we signed 2 agreements, one with Pfizer, right? And then another one with COVAX. So who knows if there's another one with the China vaccine, maybe, we buy from Moderna some more, or, Johnson & Johnson, which is 1 dose, right? If that happens, maybe we can get this thing to be over by end of next year. But of course, all these things will be in phases. It will be given to the high-risk individual first. That means, people working in medic, senior citizen. So those people that are most likely to have the worst harm from COVID, they're gonna get it first, right? So even if just 30% of people get, I think the total death rate will drop by so dramatically. Okay, and I'm super optimistic lah, right? Next year, how it will be. And it will be in stages. Most of these vaccination will happen in end of next year. So super optimistic that we are gonna get this thing go away by the end of next year or early or mid 2022. So with that, how do you agree that it's no longer a if but a when? If you agree with that, can everybody type in when, WHEN, right? LM Leong said, I don't dare to try vaccine. Well, actually, as I say, you don't need everyone to get the vaccine. If 70% of the people get a vaccine, then it's okay. I mean, if the criteria for you to go overseas is to get vaccine, and your company expect you to go overseas, right? Can you say, okay, I don't dare to try, so I'm not gonna go overseas, I'm gonna find other job. You probably gonna die take anyway. Or if you really like to travel so much, right, and you see so many people get, and you want to try your luck, I'm sure there are people like that. I'm one of them, right? The moment it's out, I will be there to try it. I know some of my friends don't dare to try, but I dare to try, right? Because I just want this thing to be over with, at least in my life. You don't want to try, it's your problem. You live with COVID, I live without it, right? So, yeah, long. So, thank you everyone for tuning in. Kenny Tang said not all glove counter rebound. Yes, not all. Actually, in fact, most of them are stagnant now. But if you look at the RSI and the MACD, it's showing sign that their time is about to come soon. But I believe if really got one more chance for them to go up to the previous resistance, I personally will take this opportunity to take profit and move the money to some other place, right? Some other place, maybe like value stocks. Value stocks include what? Let's say if Genting dropped 20-30%, right? Or some other stocks. Now, I'm just using Genting as an example because I personally don't like Genting. Value stocks in general, those stocks that are doing well but just affected by this COVID thing, after this will recover, those stocks, right? It's time to move money from the glove stocks or, those that are doing very well this year to start to siphon some of the money over to the other stocks, right? Vaccine is not solution, it's preventing, as it's not complete heal. Yeah, it won't, I mean, like if you kena a day, you can only treat lah. But if you can prevent, then you don't need to cure, right? Prevention is better than cure, right? So Catherine say, Mingtek, you want to try? Yes, of course, I would try, man. When it's out, I will try, right? But of course, it's also depend on how the government give lah. By the time I get to use them, many people have tried lah. Okay. So Amy Lim say, hi Mingtek, do you still hold Riverstone and Denounce? It is for the exact same reason why I'm still holding Denounce and Riverstone, right? Denounce now is quite stagnant, but it's showing sign that there may be opportunity to break out soon. I mean, you need some patience. It's not breaking support. So, I mean, there's no reason to cut yet. If it breaks support, then we should cut. Now, Riverstone, on the other hand, it's very 50-50 because it broke support and now it couldn't go back higher than the previous support. So it's very bad in terms of TA. And it's the worst TA counter of all the glove counter. That said, the RSI and MACD still look the same as other counter. Look like in the next 2-3 weeks, it could be a good opportunity. So let's wait for another 1-2 weeks and see how it goes. As long as they don't deteriorate further, I'll just keep. But when they go back, in a good amount, and I see it reach another resistance, that's where I would have taken some profit. Okay, Yong Hong Tong said property stocks. Yong Hong definitely have attended yesterday our Faisal Ridwan's webinar. Okay, for property stocks wise, right? As of now, I exited EcoWorld. It's supposed to be a long position, but I find that even I don't have patience. I think it will take some time, these property stocks. And maybe I'll do a session. I'll ask Faisal, hey, what counter do you think, which company do you think will have their project selling very well and continue to do very well in the next 5 years, especially with their land location, which portion do you think is going to be good? So from there, maybe we can identify some good property stocks, and then we will move on from there, right? I really believe property sector will recover in terms of the price. And if the price recover and do well, you imagine, but of course not all the place. You imagine the companies that bought the land long time ago. If the price is going up, they use the old land, the long time ago, bought very cheaply land to build the property. They can make very fat profit, right? So need to be identified again. I will need to do some homework on the entire property market, maybe somewhere in the next 6 months. If you look at the last cycle, there was an economic crisis year 2008, 2009. The property market, the property stocks actually peaked on year 2013. So it took about 5 years. So I think it's still quite early now, okay, for the thing to happen, right? And if I'm covering the entire industry, it will be a special feature in the investor's diary, right? So Gurpei asked, what about Top Glove? Yeah, all the gloves, as far as I know, follow the same trend, okay? But I know what I'm sharing is unpopular, but I think the glove story should be largely over by early 2021. So I will definitely try to exit everything before 2021 when the TA tells me it's time to exit. Okay. I tell you, Denounce is not doing glove. Denounce, as long as they're customer, right? Because they're doing packaging for glove, and all these companies, they are doubling their production. Denounce will automatically be able to make more profit and continue to make good profit. I think right? As long as the customer don't run, the packaging, their revenue should double as well, right? So that if you say, Mingtek, which one do you think can hold even after this pandemic? I think Denounce is one of them, right? If indeed they can perform well, okay. But for me, this Denounce, I prefer to buy NTPM. You get what I mean, right? Because I understand it more. There's more trend, right? It's more proven, right? In short, I know NTPM like the pump, like the back of my hand. So it's a counter that I really know how to play now. I know how to monitor. I know when to get in, when to get out exactly. So that's why I would rather sell it, and including Riverstone, and maybe focus it there, including Takaful even. I'm cleaning up my portfolio as well, right? Including Takaful, those that are already stagnant for some time, and I see the room to go up is limited already. Momentum also not there anymore. I may sell them and buy into some value stocks that I'm having now. Okay. So for example, I personally think NTPM still have room to go up. So I really like it if they drop to 68. Oh, I'm gonna sell other stocks to buy this, right? No need to add new money, right? Yeah, you want to know about D&O, Maria, right? This Wednesday we will have D&O management on. But ask me what's the bad news. Can everybody type in bad, BAD? What's the bad news, right? Steve Lee asked, what do you think about Cuthbert? This one, Cuthbert, is very interesting. Later, I'm going to talk exactly about Cuthbert later. This is what I mean at the beginning of this particular video itself. This is what I meant, right? On Cuthbert. Later, I'll talk about it, okay? Yeah. So let me look at the question one by one. And the thing that I want to share, vaccine, I already shared. It's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if we're gonna have vaccine and COVID out. It's a matter of when, right? I know some of you are pessimistic, but I'm super optimistic about this, and I'm putting like hundreds of thousands, betting that this COVID will definitely be gone within 2 years. Okay, I'm that confident, but I may be wrong, right? So, but I'm putting money there. right? I hope it will be gone, and I think it will be gone, and I believe it will be gone based on the fact that I read, right? Okay, so about NTPM, right? Just share with you, nothing has changed so far. They have just gone from Sharia compliant to non-Sharia compliant. So the only problem with NTPM now is, my fellow Muslim friends, it may not be Sharia compliant for you to buy NTPM anymore, right? It's a bit unfortunate. Most of the stock that I have is not Sharia compliant, but they are good stock, right? The reason why NTPM is no longer Sharia compliant is because they have too much debt, probably, right? I think Sharia is a very good law. If you follow Sharia law to invest, right, especially long term, it's actually not bad because it prevents you from investing in companies with high debt. It don't allow you to invest in sin company, and it restricts you to invest without speculative. So goreng all this you cannot want actually buy, right? If it's talking about Sharia, is only what you can do is profit sharing, right? So invest like a businessman, like Warren Buffett, right? Yeah, Petron M. We're gonna talk about oil price. I'm gonna show you some chart later, and Casper, we will be commenting on that, right? But if you want to say, vaccine, right? Vaccine. I don't know which counter to pick personally, and I don't know whether this vaccine will give them high profit. I personally don't think there's much room of profit to be made from all this vaccine counter anymore, because if you think the fund manager at US know or not the vaccine counter can make money. Type in yes if you believe. If you put no, vaccine counter can make money. The Harvard graduate fund manager from US, you think they will still not buy it, man? They would have bought it much earlier than you and keep buying up until they think it's already fairly valued, right? So I don't think there's much opportunity there. If you look at me, I usually avoid things that many people look at, because once many people look at the same thing, the opportunity for you is getting more rare, right? One question on Dongguan. I don't know why this question keep coming up on Dongguan from so many different people. Okay, Dongguan is now fairly valued. It can go higher if they can have more profit growth, which I believe possible, but they are on a higher range of their valuation, so it's a bit more dangerous. So the strategy with Dongguan, I would definitely be using only technical analysis to be trading them, right? It's a not bad stock to be holding for a long period around. If you look at the track record, has been quite good. But if you are thinking whether they can go up, another double, triple, I think it's quite unlikely. If you say another 50% gain, yeah, maybe possible at the good case. Okay, so follow the TA lah. Nobody knows, because the story is almost over. If you realize, right, most people have put out money from plastic counters, glove counters, all this, and putting into other counters, so the momentum will be weaker, right? Unless the news change, something else change, right? Should Top Glove will continue to limit up at $9? I think Top Glove can, when the rebound happen, it could be possible to go back to the previous high, but to break the previous high will be for me unlikely, right? Yeah. What do you think of Faisal? I think I already answered, right? NTPM price sideways. Can share about the chart now? Sure, later I'll do some sharing on the chart, right? SCGM will be the same story, just that they have additional thing, which is the mask, right? But that mask thing, how long can it last more? 1 or 2 years? Yeah. It could be the same problem with the glove stocks. People may have been pricing in the potential decline in future, right? I think definitely will be good profit lah, because if you look at oil price, right? If you look at oil price, right? Oil price has only recently gone up higher, right? Has only recently gone up higher. And actually this breakout seems like breakout at D&O Energy. So we don't know whether it can sustain here. If it can sustain here, okay, I think it's a next phase already. Then I will really start looking into all the oil and gas counter. But if it cannot sustain here, then it will ding dong again. Truth be told, I think now is the time to really start to focus on oil and gas counter before anybody start talking about it. Okay, see, just like the glove counter, by the time you buy, it's already at the highest, right? You're stuck there for a few months, right? People buy, in the March time, April time, May time. So I think this is around similar period. Maybe you buy here, maybe you buy here, maybe you buy here, doesn't matter, because in the scope of thing, right? If it eventually goes to 60 cent, $60, $70 eventually, then whatever price you're buying in now, you will still make, even if you buy slightly higher, slightly lower, eventually, right? I mean, in terms of oil, US oil, right? It's already at the previous minute support, right? You see the current price is at the previous minute support. So now they are thinking, are we gonna go back to the previous phase? Whatever the last time normal. If yes, then yeah. If they can, this sustain at this level, means this level become the new support. Then it means that the market believe that, in the future, the oil situation, oil industry will be similar than before COVID, which I think now is a bit premature. Still got at least 6 months, 1 year before this COVID will be over, right? So let's see how, but it's just a matter of time, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, right? So if, you like to play this kind of thing, now will be a good time to slowly take position. But I won't comment too much on this because I myself have not taken much position on this. I'm still playing around here. But in short, by the time the share price go back to $1, I want to make sure I already collected a lot around 50 cents, 60 cents, like that. But I don't know when, man. Could be 6 months, could be 1 year, 2 year. But I let you 2 year, 2 year, 50 cents go to 1 ringgit. 2 year double, 1 year 40%. How many of you think that's a good return? Type in good if you think that's a good return. Okay. Okay. So I don't know about other counters. The only oil and gas counter that we look at is Hibiscus, right? We are gonna be going to their AGM, and so far we like it, right? The report will be released. If you're in my Telegram group, you will receive the report at my Telegram group, right? So join my Telegram group. In fact, I believe the AGM is 2 or 3 days from now, right? My team will be attending. We'll be sharing the report to you in this Telegram channel. So once it's out, I'll share there. Join my Telegram channel. You can find it at the link above or, whatever, somewhere here, right? Yeah. Okay, regarding Skycom, we actually went to the AGM. But unfortunately, in the AGM, right, there's not enough time for us to ask questions. And some of the shareholder or people that ask the question ask those private questions that the management don't like to answer. So we actually got not much thing from the AGM, unfortunately. But we have also got the report on Skycom. Anybody want the report? Type in me if you want the report. Okay, Skycom Bhd, right? Including technical analysis, fundamental, what's the strategy to attack them, whether in the next 1-2 years they will be good. All these things will be shared in my Telegram channel, what we think of them, our note in this t.me/saving. So for your information, right, we are going to publish our notes on Supermax, Skycom, Hibiscus, JF Tech, and Grey Tech, right? We're going to publish all these reports for free if you are in my Telegram channel. Right, the Telegram channel is t.me/saving. It will be published within the next 1 or 2 weeks, right? So you just join and you can receive them for free, right? These will be the last free reports that I will be sharing. So if you really want to get this report, you should join, right? You should join and get this report, okay? In the future, you may need to pay for this report. So these are good reports, We never keep anything back. We actually share everything with you, okay? TCL says some people, ask for voucher during AGM. Very funny. Yeah, what kind of people also have fun? But no. Yong Hong don't ask me, what's the bad news? Hey, thank you, Yong Hong. I actually forgotten. Cheryl Law said, any promotion due to join my Telegram channel? It's free, so there's no promotion whatsoever. The promotion is if you join before, December, you're gonna get the report, but it's free. All right. So, yeah, just that in the future, if you want in January, February onwards, then you may need to become our member. Okay, what's the bad news? The bad news is we are gonna have D&O management with us, and I've studied the company. Actually, how many of you want my full case study on D&O, half an hour case study? Type in me, D&O Bhd. This stock went from like 60 cent all the way to 1 ringgit 70 cent in 6 months, and actually almost 2 ringgit, right? And the momentum is still strong. How many of you want like my half an hour case study, right? Type in Y, type in Y. Right? D&O, right? You want, right? So very simple. Make sure you are in my Telegram channel again. Yeah. Make sure you're in my Telegram channel. Make sure you're in my Telegram channel. When you're in my Telegram channel, I will share with you the YouTube video, right? The YouTube video that I did. I think it's about 1 or 2 years back. Yeah. I think anyone to say, when I did the case study, and I say, this company you can scale in. The share price was around 60 cent. Now it's 1 ringgit 70 cent. So you can see my analysis. And this Wednesday, 4 p.m. Can everybody type in 4 p.m. I managed to invite not me lah. Sorry, cannot take people's credit. Rondi managed to invite the management to give you a private sharing. Private sharing, okay? It's a private one. That means it's not available on Facebook, and there is no recording. So the bad news is it's not available on Facebook, and there's no recording, and it's a private meeting, and it's at 4 p.m. Most of you are working, right? But if you want to get the info, you have to join the Zoom webinar live. So that is the unfortunate thing, right? But again, if you want to register to the Zoom, you just make sure you're in my Telegram channel. After this, I'll share with you the YouTube video link. I'll share with you the Zoom webinar registration link. And then when I have the report ready, actually Skycom, JF Tech, all this is about ready. I'm going to publish it to you. Maybe I'll even do like some special webinar with you. Cool? Type in cool, right? How many of you love my page? Like we keep giving you good stuff, keep adding value to you, right? So I hope that's what you feel. I'm really trying very hard to give you consistent value and good sharing, right? Yeah. So I want to talk about 3 more things, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 more things that are very interesting that you may not have heard of, right? And I want to share about them now, right? But if you have any question, you can, of course, ask me in the chat box, right? If you have any question. So I want to share one thing, right? Regarding Castbird. Just now somebody asked me about Castbird, YTL Genting plantation. My friend Rondi just now tell me that, Mingtek, you should talk about this rebalancing thing. I'm like, what rebalancing thing? I also don't know what are you talking about, right? And he told me that today, a lot of the share drop in the last hour before market close is because a lot of the fund, like ETF, you guys know of ETF or maybe unit trust, right? Something like that, passive fund. That means they have a rule that, we must buy the KLCI index, or, we are Asia fund, so we're going to buy some Malaysia stocks. These are passive funds, some of them, right? Type in yes if you heard of this. Okay. By the way, help me click the share button, right? Last time we managed to hit 1,000 packs, when we talk about glove, right? So I hope we have at least 600-700 packs now, right? Today. So click the share button, press love, yeah. Norin say, komentar yang bagus. Saya menyukai hal-hal yang anda bagikan di profil anda. Saya ingin kami menjadi teman. Wah, cuba mengirim permintaan anda tetapi tidak terhubung. Tolong tambahkan saya dari bahagian anda. Saya harap anda tidak keberatan. Are you from Indonesia, Norin? Right? You just press this link, right? And you can join my Telegram channel. Okay, so Castbird, right? All these Castbird Genting plantation YTL, actually they got sold off at the end because there's this thing called weightage. It's a bit complex, right? I don't want to pretend like I'm a pro to talk about them. What I'll be doing is I'll be inviting Rondi in mid-December. He's gonna come and share with you about this phenomena. Rondi used to trade for CIMB, so he know what the institution is doing, right? Especially at year end. There's actually one phenomena called window dressing. Can everybody type in window dressing? It's literally window dressing, window dressing. They want to give you report, right? Every year they need to give you the report. Oh, you give us money. This is the stock that we buy. How much money you make, right? But sometimes they lose a lot of money. Like maybe some of them buy oil and gas counter or what. They lost a lot of money there, right? So they want to show the report. They want to remove all the loss one. So the loss making counter, all these, they want to sell before the year end so that when they come out the report, all make profit one, right? Yeah. So that's why this month, starting from today until end of the year, there will be some counter that are not doing so well this year. That means January 1 until now is negative Cao one. Okay? January 1, 2020 until now, they have been losing money one, those counter, they will gonna sell off, right? Sorry, I don't want to use will. They are likely to gonna sell off. So, and you know one thing, this is combined with, you know, there is opportunity because you know vaccine is out for sure. There's so many companies producing vaccine. Some are 2 dose, some are 1 dose, right? By hook or by crook, confirm a vaccine will be out one. It's more increasingly very likely it's gonna be out and we're gonna be using it in 1 to 2 years, right? There will be people skeptical, as I see a lot, but trust me, eventually you'll be using it and within 1 year, right? Some reason you will still go and use one, right? So because of this, I think all these value stocks, especially those that are not really dependent on economy like bank, but you really need to find out what are the value stock like. Egg counter, right? Egg counter, you need to monitor soy price. If the soy price is okay, the company inside, there's no weird thing like they kill the chicken or what, and the foreign worker come back, that may be good opportunity. If you understand what I mean. So you can start to look at all these different counter. I'm not saying can buy now. A lot of things need to look at, right? Yeah. So guys, I know there's about 500 of you here. If you are in the investors diary already, of course, I will be sharing exactly what are the counters and what price all these are, right? Just to let you know the differentiation, right? But if you don't know what is the investor diary, never mind, forget what I said, right? Yeah, so in short, you know, number one, all these value stocks, eventually they're gonna make the same amount of money as the past, and now they are still cheap to buy. So you can probably get higher dividend in future, good opportunity to collect. On top of that, you know, all the fund managers, all this, maybe, not all of them, they are not stupid. Maybe some of them will sell off partially. They don't want to force it to go down. So maybe they need to exit the loss-making position, and there may be more pressure on the already big share price. So you are able to collect something good at a cheap price, now get even cheaper. But I believe this is your last opportunity. Type in last, everyone. Right? Type in last. Can you type in last? Yeah, this is your last opportunity. Why do I say it's your last opportunity? Because if you see, once the vaccine news is out, the oil and gas counter all shoot up, Genting shoot up, banks also shoot up, right? So money already start to move here. Just that maybe because of this window dressing phenomena, it will be temporarily pushed down. But the trend already changed to recovery stock. So if you want to buy cheap recovery stock, I think, you know, this month could be your last opportunity. So keep that in mind, yeah? Right? Is this good info, right? Good info. Actually, when I do Facebook Live like this with you, I also, you know, to do the research, I also learn new things, right? I also found out new things. So that's something. So for me, if I want to collect some good stocks, this is my chance. So my members will know I like to invest in one company, my biggest holding. Those that attended all my revision, you know, seminar last 2 weekends will know now my biggest holding in Hong Kong. That stock, the share price is getting big. There may be a last opportunity to buy. You miss that, I don't know, Adi. Okay, miss that, Adi. Don't complain, All right, miss that, Adi. Really don't complain. Okay, glove stocks. Glove stock also, I think December should be a good month. On the contrary, glove stocks December should be a good month because a lot of the glove stocks has not been performing. It has been performing very well this year, so there's no need for window dressing for them, right? But one thing is they are bogged down today. maybe because of warrant conversion. I don't know. Maybe because of warrant conversion, but the TA looks good. Okay, so I will still be keeping glove related counter for a while, right? For a while, maybe, but it's really depending on the TA, right? Yep. And if you have any question, you can bring them forward. My last thing that I want to share with you is there is one asset class that is now, I believe, is about to be undervalued. Yeah, there is one asset class, because this one I open up my eToro, right? I put a little bit of money on eToro. Now, Nestle, yeah, Cheryl said Nestle dropped a lot today. Maybe it's because of the window dressing, the thing that I'm saying, the weightage, the rebalancing effect. So tomorrow, the trend may not continue, right? Yes. So yeah, Chun Tan say go. Yes, correct. You guys don't realize, and I also don't realize, only today I realized that gold has dropped a lot. Gold has dropped a lot, right? I'm surprised that gold has dropped a lot. I didn't realize, right, that gold has dropped so much, right? Gold has actually dropped 10%, more than 10% actually, right? Yeah, more than 10%, close to 15%, right? In 1 or 2 months time, okay? And actually gold is not something that will drop because COVID is over. You need to understand gold is like a hedge against inflation. So when there is huge inflation, when there's huge pumping of money, naturally, this thing should run up, right? So I see this as something like, if you say we are here, so we could be like this, right? There could be a small hiccup. So, okay, sorry, like this. So what we are here, if you want to say like in the past, we could be like this. We could be like this now. So I foresee a really bull run for gold upcoming. So now there is a really strong pullback to the previous resistance. Could be a good support now. Who knows, right? But that's something interesting, right? All the chase all mati ma, if no cut loss, all mati kau kau already. Luckily I got cut loss, right? So when it dropped to, it's something good to monitor, huh? It's something good to monitor, right? But again, this is trading, so from time to time keep changing. Yeah, Andy Chen also say not to forget the ban of short selling until year end only. So next year something else may happen. Valerie say, I realized because trading gold, my account gonna wipe out. You know cut loss, is it? For the gold. I entered a new position around 1,800, but I kept a cut loss. So it gonna cut loss already. So I lost a little bit only instead of lost a lot. If I didn't cut loss, I would have lost a whole lot. Right? So that goes to show why it's important to have cut loss. Okay. All right. So that's all for my sharing today. Any question for me before I end this session? It's a very short session, right? 40 minutes. But I think I don't have much thing to share. The market is getting boring, don't you think? Right? The market is quite boring. Not much movement. Most of the share price is stagnant, right? Maybe there's one area, furniture stock very hot, and tech stocks is very hot, but somehow I didn't manage to, follow that. And missed out a lot. So it's quite boring for me. Yeah. US stock, I don't want to comment that much, but US stock is a bit interesting. Okay. Thoughts on Dutch lady. So let's look at Dutch lady, right? Dutch lady. I personally see solar, if you say solar, all this, it's a bit dangerous, right? Because I don't think it can be sustained for a long time as such in heightened price. Fundamentally wise, I don't think it makes sense at all, right? So TA is really TA driven. Wow, Dutch really drop cao cao, huh? You don't say I don't know, right? You say it only I know. It's worse than pre-COVID level. What happened? Huh? Something really bad happened. Right? Dutch lady. Okay, Dutch lady. What's wrong with you, Dutch lady? So maybe we have a look together. B lady. Okay, what was the problem? I'm surprised as well that Dutch lady suddenly dropped so much. Yeah, Saipa personally for me is the only issue is the waste to energy plant. Okay, you go and check back the waste to energy plant. They want to do a biomass plant. Say you want to do the plant, say until so long already, still cannot do. Don't know what's wrong with the plant. Keep delaying, If that really, some big problem happen, really them jalaman this Saipa. So I don't know what's happening at the back. I don't know why the profit dropped. You need to read the quarterly report, right? Why the profit dropped? I don't have time to read it with you. This may be the thing causing the share price to drop so drastically. You want to see whether this is one time or this is really business affected, permanently problem. If yes, then it may not be able to recover easily. You see this stock in the past few years has been having profit drop already. So that's already like a declining counter. So, and now it's not even, cheap by any measure. Let's say even if you take last year earning, PE, 100 million profit, PE is 223. So doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't seem like there's a good opportunity to make good profit here. Okay. M-Touch, don't recall what they do. Deva say, why Bursa counter when a counter make money project, stock price go down? By right, go up, right? Okay, can everybody type in this thing called price in? Price in, right? Yeah. Price in is this phenomena where people already expect the company to make a good profit. So when the company release the result, everybody will say, oh, I think this company gonna make good profit, right? So when they release the result, I'm gonna sell. Everybody think like you, so everybody sell together, right? And everybody would have bought much earlier, right? Together. So that's why, when the release of the result is good, for example, like Salcon, say want to do glove, but so many people already know when it's actually released, the share price drop instead, right? I'm sure a lot of your broker give you a tip, hey, this counter can look at it, right? Before the news is released. Right? I don't know, this is what I heard. So that's what we call price in, okay? After the news is released, no new people that is coming to buy because it's already expected. So buying and, demand and supply, no new demand, supply is increasing, share price drop. Doesn't matter what is the news. Okay. So that's all for today's sharing. Thank you everyone for tuning in again. Right. We have a healthy community here. Everybody asking good questions. So if you want to get all the report on Supermax, JF Tech, Hibiscus, Great Tech, right? Just go to my channel, and later I'll post a video on D&O and how to register for our Wednesday 4 p.m. webinar with D&O management. There is no recording. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. And again, always stay safe. Follow your rule. If you are doing trading, always have cut loss. If you are doing investing, do your research well and be steady. Okay. Have a good evening.